Second last, water metering. We talked about water metering already in relation with the connection code, where the prerequisite of installing appropriate equipment is stated. Again, it applies to all these users and the transmission system operator. The objective is to specify the requirements, the standards, responsibilities in respect to the water metering at the particular connection points. It considers the installation, operation, and repair of water metering systems, calibration and testing of water meters, and also the security and registration of water meter data, as well as the data exchange between the parties. In the end, what we need is the water meter data. Water meter data shall be exchanged between the user and the transmission system operator. If you recall, the setup was that between the production and the transmission operates the main meter, while the production operates the backup meter. From both ends, the data shall be exchanged between the parties in order to give both parties the possibility to double check the data. And most likely these data are exchanged in real time through appropriate protocols of the SCADA systems. Other metering requirements which are set out in the connection agreements between the users and the transmission system operator shall not conflict with the seawater desalination code, but shall apply in addition to the code. In other words, there shall be no connection agreement which says forget all the things and requirements in the code and simply consider what's stated here. This shall not be the case. The code shall prevail. Again, at each connection point there shall be a main meter and a backup meter. So the transmitted water flows through both meters. The data shall be taken from the main meter under normal operation, and the backup meter shall be used for verification of the data gathered through the main metering system. The backup meter also can be used in case the main meter is defect or has to be repaired or is out of service due to whatsoever reason. Important point is that these meters are getting calibrated and tested frequently from time to time in order to know that the data gathered from these are correct. And such testing and calibration must include the identification number of the equipment, of the meter, as well as the name, the status of the authorized testing purpose, and of course the calibration results. In any case, the meters shall be tested when both meter backup and main are diverting by 1.5%, and in any case, at the latest after a period of 2 years. In case at a connection point one party suspects that the meter is not producing correct data, is not performing correctly, the owner of the meter can be requested by the user or the other party for a calibration test to prove the accuracy of the meter. In an example where a plant is connected to the transmission system runs the main meter. If the desalinated water producer doubts that the main meter works correctly, he can request transmission system operator, SWAC, to prove that it's operating correctly. SWAC will then, in turn, do the test, and when the test reveals, look, no, the meter was fine, calibration is still good, accuracy is fine within the limits, then the cost for such test and proof shall be paid by the applicant, by the desalinated water producers. In case the test shows, yes, the meter is is out of the accuracy limits, not working correctly, then SWAC shall take and bear the cost for such a test. Why is this stated in the code? Simply to avoid frequent requests of doubts and to prove that the meter works correctly. This gives some, some threshold and some hurdle because there's money involved. You will really think about whether such a request makes sense or not.
These meters are identical, I mean, same technology?
Yes, meters should be more or less the same, of the same type. And that's why there shouldn't be a major problem in comparing the results of the meter data.
The testing also is not easy. You should take it out, send it to some factory.
That's right. It's not that easy. That's why you can think around how you do it, how you replace the meter in order to insert a spool for that temporary time. You have two meters. That's say the advantage here. So when you take it out, you insert a spool. You can then use the other meter, the backup meter, in that period of time before you replace it back. Yes. In any case, when there's a testing of a calibration test be carried out, the other user shall be invited for such a test to witness the test, to provide clarity and transparency for such a test. Where a meter is out of the accuracy limits, the meter system owner shall repair, adjust, and recalibrate or replace such a meter within a one month time period. It shall be done basically as soon as possible in order to have again the basis for correct measurements. Such actions and measures are at the owner's expense, and prior a user takes out a meter, or the DWTSO takes out a meter, the TSO and the affected user shall agree on the use of the backup meter, shall inform each other. After finishing works at the meter, such meter shall be resealed jointly, the presence of both the TSO and the relevant users, and this seal shall not be broken by the users or the TSO. These adjustments here shall be done when the seal is broken, when the calibration results are out of the tolerance limits, and when both data comparing from the backup and the main meter is out of the limits specified. Seal of the meters if one of the owners must break the seal in order to do some adjustment measures at the meters, you must give notification to the other users. You can't or shall not break the seal without prior notification if there is not an emergency case. Each water meter system owner on the backup end and the main meter end must ensure that the records of the calibration and other works on the metering system are maintained, stored. This includes the data and results, the date where seals have been broken, any adjustments or inspections have been carried out. Neither the user or the TSO shall tamper any part of the metering system. So the code specifies also the water metering data, and the water metering data shall be provided to the TSO at times where the metering took place in real time, basically. The water metering data storage is also specified in the code. Every owner of the metering system is responsible for storing the data and then finally providing the data or copy of the data to the user or the TSO. And this table says how it's going to be done on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, monthly basis. This is all specified in the code. In summary, water metering systems are redundant. They comprise a main metering system and a backup metering system. The owner of each of the systems operates the meter, and they have to do the calibration on a regular basis, and also the testing, repair, and recalibration have to be done by the owner of the metering system.